Now earthquake happened. How disastrous was the earthquake? How to measure the earthquake? We can't detect that okay it's going to come, but once the earthquake happens, how dreadful it is to be, how dreadful the earthquake is, we can measure the intensity of the earthquake, and that is measured by a device. We call it a seismograph. Okay, you can see here the power of the earthquake is measured in terms of a magnitude on the scale called as Richter scale. Richter scale, which gives you a value, and that value demonstrates how powerful the earthquake was. Okay, destructive earthquakes have a magnitude equal to or more than 7. 7, I can take 6 also. More than 6 are destructive. Less than 6 are considered as an earthquake of lower intensity, lower magnitude. If the Richter scale number is less than 6 or 7, we call that earthquake has a little impact. But if it is more than 6, 7, those earthquakes can be disastrous. Okay, so we call this scale, the scaling of the earthquake, we use Richter scale. Okay, that is used over there. Both Bhuj and Kashmir, they were of 7.5 Richter scale. So definitely they were disasters, and they proved themselves. Okay, a huge amount of destruction was done during these earthquakes. Okay, now Richter scale, the numbering is given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. Suppose I say there is a number of 3 and there is a number 6. One earthquake which is having a number 3 and another earthquake which is having a Richter scale value 6, double. So is it that it is double harmful? It causes a destruction double times of 3? No, it's not linear. Okay, if I say that Richter scale has a value 4, one is 6. So 6 is 1.5 times more than 4. So is it that it is going to create a destruction 1.5 times more than the earthquake which has a Richter scale 4? No, it's not linear. Each number shows that it is 1000 times more. Okay, so if a Richter scale value is 3 and other has 6, difference is 3, the 6th one is going to be 3000 times destructive as compared to the one which has a Richter scale value 3. Okay, if one has a value 4, other has a value 6. So you can see over there. So we just see what I mean to say. An increase in magnitude by 2 means 1000 times more destructive. Okay, so it's an example. It means that the earthquake with a magnitude 6 does not have 1.5 times of 4, rather than it is 1000 times more destructive as compared to 4. Okay, so it's not that if the Richter scale is going double time, so the earthquake is going to be destructive double times. No, it will go 1000 times. Okay, so it's not a linear increase. Okay, now this number shows the intensity, but one more thing, diagrammatically also we can show. So there is a device which shows it diagrammatically. The tremors produced on the surface of the earth, tremors are produced, the shaking, and the tremors are the waves. These are called as seismic waves. The tremor produces, the shaking produces waves on the surface of the earth, and these waves are called as seismic waves, which can be measured. Okay, these waves are recorded by a device called as seismograph. Now seismograph, it is a simple device. You can see over here simply a pendulum hanging over here, and at the bottom of the pendulum there is a pen type thing, and there is drum which can rotate. On the drum there is a paper or something on which something can be written on that. So it keeps on rotating, and there is a pen hanging like this. The moment an earthquake happens, this pen starts vibrating, and when the pen starts vibrating, it marks on that drum, and drums is rotating. So it marks on the drum, it makes line. If shaking is more intensity, more bigger lines. If the lines are vibration is small, it means the intensity is small. So this way it can record the intensity of the earthquake. You can see over here a zigzag line happening over here. It depends upon the vibration. More the intensity of the earthquake, more the vibration is going to be, and more zigzag you can get a bigger zigzag. So by this you can record, okay, where the earthquake took place, at which location of the earth. When we make a complete graph and study this graph, we come to know which place was the point where there was some disturbance beneath that point on that at that point of earth, okay, because the problem is beneath the earth, not on the surface of the earth. I'll get the surface, a point on the surface of the earth below which that happening took place, that fault, that compression or that zigzag rubbing against each other, something happened which caused earthquake, okay. So this seismograph, the instrument has a vibrating rod or a pendulum that starts vibrating. Whenever tremors occur, it starts vibrating. A pen is attached which marks on that drum over there, okay. You can see this marking. When you study this, you can see here, you can see here spikes. It means at this point the earthquake had a very high intensity. Then again intensity decreases over here, okay. So we can study. This is recording of the earthquake waves by a seismograph, okay. So with the help of these waves pattern, whatever we have, the scientists study and try to figure out which place on the earth that disturbance took place which caused the earthquake, okay. They can construct a complete map of earthquake, and they can also estimate its power by the zigzag, how intense it was, okay, how much destruction it can cause. So by studying this, just example, this is the point where the fault took place, where the disturbance took place. That point is called as focus of the earthquake, the point within the earth where the earthquake generated, that is called as focus. From that the energy traveled in all direction causing waves, trembling. The point just above that focus on the surface of the earth is called as epicenter. Epicenter is the point just above the focus on the surface of the earth. So the mostly disaster takes place at the epicenter area only, wherever the epicenter is, and from there the waves travel in all direction. As you move away, the intensity goes on decreasing, and the loss of property also goes on decreasing if you move away from the epicenter, but the maximum destruction takes place at the epicenter area, okay. Epicenter just above the focus, remember these things. So focus where the fault took place, epicenter a point just above the focus, remember this thing. Now earthquake, again over here, how to protect ourselves, during an earthquake. If you are outdoor, if you are indoor, what is to be done?
To watch the complete video, download the Upbind educational app from Play Store and App Store.